Okay, I have here example 3 from the PowerPoint, how to multiply matrices. And I'm going to start off the same way I always do. I'm going to write out the dimensions of these matrices. The first one is 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 by 2. This is 2 rows, 3 columns, 2 by 3. If my inners match, which they do, I can multiply. And then the outer dimensions tell me how big my answer is going to be. So it's going to be a 2 by 3. So I can go ahead and make my empty, so that's 2 rows, 1, 2, and then I need room for 3 columns. So maybe make it that big. And I can proceed from here. So I want to start off with the top left corner. And since it's top left, I need top left. I'm going to drive this out and write it on top, 3 and 1. So remember, I'm multiplying down and then adding together. So 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 0 is 0. So my top left value is going to be 6 plus 0. And just like I did in the previous examples, I wrote this out multiple times. Since I'm not working with pencil and I'm working with pen and highlighter and stuff, it's just going to get a big, big mess. So I've got the same thing written down, for which I failed. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, negative 1, to actually write this out fully. And I am going to go ahead and write out my answer. My top left value is 6. I can keep going on the top row. I can start working on the bottom row. The order for this doesn't matter. Just for the heck of it, let's do bottom left. So that means I'm going to highlight bottom left. I'm going to think of driving this out. So I'm going to have 3 and 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. So those guys are going to get added together. And I, again, have partially written out. I need to write the rest of that matrix. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, negative 1. And then my answer so far, 6 on top. 3 plus 2 is 5 on the bottom. I know I'm going to have 3 columns. Let's do the middle. This is a new thing. So I want top, middle. So that means that over here I'm going to highlight top, middle. I'm going to take these guys, drive them out, 2 and 2. 2 times 2 is going to be 4. 2 times 0 is 0. So that top middle is going to be 4 plus 0. Just for the heck of it, let's see if I can go ahead and sneak this bottom here onto this same. So I need bottom, middle. So that's going to be bottom, middle. I'm going to take this, drive it out, 2 and 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So now when I redraw this, my answer right now is going to look like this. 6, 4, and a blank. 5, 6, and a blank. Let's go ahead and do that top right. So that means I'm going to highlight top, far right. I'm going to think of driving this out. So I'm going to have 1 here and negative 1 here. I'm multiplying down and then adding them together. So 1 times 2 is going to be 2. 0 times negative 1 is going to be 0. So that top right value is just going to be 2. And I think I can squish this onto the same setup. So I've got bottom right that I need to figure out. So I've got bottom I need to highlight and that far right. So I'm going to think of driving it through. So I'm going to have 1 and negative 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times negative 1 is going to be negative 2. So I'm going to, for my final answer, I think I can just write it off here to the side. My final answer would be 6, 5, 4, 6, 2. 1 minus 2 is going to be negative 1. So that right there is my answer.